IRCC revoking or requesting approved application to be returned. So Canada's immigration minister has confirmed that IRCC has temporarily paused finalizing new citizenship by descent applications. Their certificates are being reassessed. So does this mean that Canada can simply cancel anytime any kind of immigration status? This is an extraordinary administrative step. The lesson is basically the same, that always provide. Hi, welcome to Yoke's YouTube channel. I'm Liz Matthew, the regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Thanks for tuning in. So today we will be looking at one of most discussed topic recently in regards to IRCC revoking or requesting approved application to be returned. Basically seen in regards to citizenship that has been issued, and IRCC is saying it's under review right now. What is it all about? That's what we will be looking at in this video. So for years, many people have believed that once IRCC approved an application and issued a document, the process was completely finished. But the recent events have shown that it is not always the case. So Canada's immigration minister has confirmed that IRCC has temporarily paused finalizing new citizenship by descent applications under the recent legislative changes. And even more significantly, the department is reviewing some citizenship certificates that had already been issued and has asked certain recipients to return their paper certificates while their files are re-examined. So people who receive their online citizenship certificates, they do not have to do anything. But if you have received a paper certificate, they are requesting it for it to be returned. So does this mean that Canada can simply cancel anytime any kind of immigration status? Well, not exactly. What is actually happening and what powers IRCC already has under the Canadian law, and why this matters for anyone dealing with immigration application. So what really happened was, following the expansion of citizenship by descent under the Bill C3, thousands of people became eligible to apply for proof of Canadian citizenship. And after using some citizenship certificates, they issued, IRCC did issue some citizenship certificates, and they identified concerns about the documentation submitted in certain files. And according to immigration minister, the new decision on citizenship by descent applications have been temporarily paused. And some previously issued Canadian citizenship certificates are under review. And applicants may be asked to submit additional evidence, and individuals whose files are under review remain Canadian citizens while the review is underway, but their certificates are being reassessed. This is an extraordinary administrative step, but it is focused on specific citizenship by descent files. Not all immigration applications are affected by this. And why IRCC is reviewing these files is, it is not basically a citizenship law itself issue. The concern relates to the quality and the source of the supporting documents. And IRCC has updated its guidance to emphasize that applicants must provide authentic, reliable, and verifiable documents issued by the original government authorities responsible for maintaining those records. For claims through parents, grandparents, or earlier generations, applicants may need to establish an unbroken documentary chain connecting each of these generations. That's what mainly the Citizenship by Descent Bill C3 was all about. And does IRCC have the power to ask for more documentation? Yes. To be honest, this is not a new power that has come into place. Throughout the immigration process, IRCC has always had the authority to request additional documents, verify information, conduct background and security checks, review applications if new information becomes available, and also investigate concerns about misrepresentation or insufficient evidence. So these powers apply across many immigration programs when authorized by law and policy. And the recent Citizenship by Descent review highlights that an approval can still be examined if there are legitimate questions about the eligibility or documentation. And from these, there are some lessons that immigration applicants needs to learn. And no matter you're applying for permanent residence, work permit, study permit, express entry, PNP, visitor visa, Canadian citizenship, the lesson is basically the same, that always provide complete, genuine and verifiable documentation. This is very important, and avoid relying on unofficial documents. When official documents are available, do not provide unofficial records. This can create hassles, and maintain copies of everything that you submit. Make screenshots, save it. Respond promptly to IRCC's request and additional information. And from all this that has happened, does people really need to be worried about? The simple answer could be no for most applicants, but if your application is accurate and supported by authentic documentation, and IRCC's request for additional information is simply part of the normal verification process. So it all depends how authentic your documentation is. And the current review is targeted at certain citizenship by descent files where documentation may not have met the standard, the requirement standards. And it does not mean that IRCC is broadly reopening every approved immigration application in the application, or any kind of citizenship application. It's only specific type of applications that they are reviewing at this time. And this situation reinforces an particular important point, is that immigration applications are only as strong as the evidence supporting them. As immigration programs become more sophisticated, officers are placing greater emphasis on document authentication and complete proof of eligibility. Applicants and representatives should prepare files carefully from the outset rather than assuming missing evidence and can always be corrected later. So, Canada's recent review of the Citizenship by Descent certificate is just a reminder for immigration decisions can be revisited if there are legitimate concerns about eligibility or supporting documents. So, it basically reinforces the fact that to submit authenticated documents, all kind of supporting documents, not fraudulent documents, as if any kind of suspicion is created or IRCC does feel some kind of suspicion, they can open up the files, put it on review, even if it has been approved. So this is just one example of that. Please be vigilant of what you are submitting to IRCC as records are being created, and think twice before you submit fraudulent documents or not authenticated documents. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this video has been helpful. Please do subscribe, and let us know in the comment box what you'd like to see, and we are happy to help you out. See you all in the next video.